everybody. My name is Yael. Today is my birthday. Today's my birthday. It's my 30th birthday. Oh my God. I just want to share some reflections I have on becoming 30 and what that means to me, what it might mean to you if you just turned 30, and just some nice reflections I have. We just did a live meditation today, and it was beautiful. We did a kirtan kriya to clear some subconscious muck out of our minds and make space for all the beautiful things that we want to create in our lives. So this is some subtle music playing. So I'm coming to you here today from beautiful Brooklyn, beautiful Bed-Stuy. This is where we are, out here in New York, living it up. I don't know what accent's coming on, but it's something's coming through. I'm feeling a lot of gratitude. I'm feeling gratitude. I want to just relax with y'all. I don't want to be all serious up in the camera. I want to really just relax. My 20s were a lot for me emotionally. And it's like that for a lot of people. Like you in your 20s, you're kind of just trying to figure things out. You're trying to figure out, you're doing a combination of what you're expected to do whilst thinking of what you potentially want to do for yourself. Maybe that aligns with what you're expected to do, maybe that doesn't, but you don't know because you're slowly moving into some sense of freedom after living with your family or your parents or your caretaker, whoever you grew up with. So you're moving from that phase when you're in your early 20s and mid 20s and late 20s even, depending on the person, to finding your inner freedom. And finding your inner, not everyone does this, but something that is most important thing for me and what I've learned is to have a value system, because that inner value system is what is gonna drive you in one direction or another. What's gonna tell you what is important for you or what isn't, and it really is gonna drive your life. Because if you value external things, if you value your status, if you value, there's some things we are kind of born into valuing. Like we have to value money because the world runs on money. That's an example I mean by that. But other things aside from money, because in this, and that's a whole nother conversation, because if you really wanted to, you could survive without money, but I think that's a whole other conversation. So to stay on topic, finding your values, is a process and a journey. And part of finding what your values are inside of yourself is related to finding out who you are and finding out who you want to be and how you want to be in the world. For me, it took me a lot of painful experiences that I created, and not to say I deserved them, but we unconsciously create our situations. So there was a lot of things for me emotionally in relationships, but not just romantic, but I mean friendships, all kinds of relationships, even work relationships, where I was in these dynamics that were not always, not to say all my 20s were terrible. I had some amazing times in my 20s. It took me a lot of giving away my power at times to understand my power. I feel like what I would want to give to a 20-year-old or any younger people watching or that could learn from what I had to learn through would be to take that time to think about what it is that is important to you. And you're still going to learn and grow, and you're not going to know everything. it does take time to understand really what are the core values for you. But I feel that if we take some time to at least, make some time to think about that, it can help direct your ship in the right direction that is best for you and source. Because source and you are always working together. Your guides, your ancestors, descended masters, they're all there. And so when you work together in this force of knowing, okay, like I don't know where I'm going, but I know the direction I'm going. I'm going east because east is where I want to be. And east includes this. Like, these are the things I want to feel in my life. These are the outcomes I want to have. So I think when we take that time to define our values, we can create a sense of a flow in our life. And because it's taken me this long to find those values and find the things that matter to me and try so many things that didn't matter to me, work shitty jobs, work not fun jobs, like being exhausted, then also not being exhausted but just not liking my job, like I've done it all. Working in a grocery store, working in fundraising, basically calling people asking for money, like I've done it all. Working in a restaurant, and I feel like what it all has shown me is I am enough. And I never thought I was enough. I never thought that, like, I feel like I always knew once I found out my aha moment, which really was when I went to Costa Rica and I went to Punta Mona and I went to see that permaculture farm that Stephen Brooks has created. And I saw the system there, and then I also went back that same year and went to Pachamama and stayed in the jungle for 6 months in a spiritual community. That year was my aha year. And I feel like, with me, Costa Rica was my aha, like, call. And not necessarily these two places that were built by foreigners, but I think that it was a country itself in conjunction with my experiences in these beautiful places that helped me realize, like, I want an alternative life. That's what I want. You go to these places and then you leave and you integrate and you think, okay, maybe that was just my experience I had there. But like, I don't know, I have to come back to society now, and I have to work, and I have to, look for an office job and maybe for a nonprofit. And like, I went through that. And, I have to make my parents happy. Like, I gotta live up to the degree I just got, even though I have no work experience in the degree I have. Going through all of that, look at all my old friends. Oh wow, look at them with their amazing jobs. Like, like back when I was on Facebook, I would see other people posting like these amazing things they're doing, and they were great things. They were like legit career paths related to their degrees. So I would be feeling like, okay, I haven't done anything. I'm just like in the jungle, like Pachamama, doing ceremony, and that made me feel like I wasn't enough. That made me feel like what I was doing in the moment, I didn't feel this, but when I would come back home, I'd be like, did I just waste that time? And I feel like that was one part of my journey in terms of like purpose, and not realizing that we're in the midst of creating our purpose. We're in the midst of creating the realities we want to live in. We're in the midst of watching the world shift into a higher frequency and watching people create jobs that didn't exist. Thank you to technology. Thank you to, the modern world we live in. We can do this. And so as the world is shifting, I was shifting, we're all shifting. And I was realizing towards my later 20s that, I think that this is what I want to do. I think I do want to be a part of the spiritual community and work in it. And I can. And then I really started seeing, like in the last few years, people really commodifying spirituality and making money out of it. And so I saw it could happen. And this is another thing, you know, spiritual people need to eat. Like, we need to make money too. And being a healer is just as important as a teacher, or just as important as a doctor. They're all important, darling. So I feel, and just as important as a finance person, because it depends on which frequency you're living in and which reality is dictating your actions daily and how you're responding to life from different perspectives. I am embracing the perspective of the highest consciousness. So that's a little bit about like the journey I had and accepting who I am, and like learning about myself, learning about different sides of me. I didn't know I wanted to dance till I was 25, and that was beautiful, but also like hard, because I was like, I don't want to be a beginner. And you are a beginner, darling, when you first start any style. And it took me, you know, even a few years within that to like just allow myself to have fun and enjoy something if I enjoy it, instead of feeling like I need to be the best when it's truly impossible to be the best if you just start something, you know. So learning a lot of self-compassion and learning a lot of self-love and learning a lot of another thing that I am just grateful for, like where I'm at now, is just like the amount of appreciation I have for me and the work I've done on myself emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And I'm just really grateful that I spent the time, really the last like 8 years of my life, just questioning and seeking like how to find my power and how to feel whole. And it's taken so much, and I'm just really, I love me. I'm so grateful for myself, and we all need to be grateful for ourselves, because we live in a world that teaches us that we're unworthy, that we're not enough, that we need to buy material things to feel good, that we need to have a partner to feel good, that we need to have a job to feel good, that we need a ton of money to feel good, when the truth is, me in this very moment is priceless and infinite and beyond any spectrum of anything else but me, and my infinity and my grace and my love and my beauty and my radiance, and all of us, all of our radiances. And I feel like it's really it's hard, especially when you're younger, to like feel that connection to yourself. And I've met some pretty wise younger kids these days, and that makes me happy. And like, I wish I knew this stuff when I was like 22. I feel like I was dipping my toes in spirituality at 22, but I wasn't taking it seriously. And even just self-awareness, if you don't want to bring it always into a spiritual thing, just being self-aware and emotionally aware at that age would have saved me a lot of like pointless patterns, relationships. Like, you know, we all do the same things, cycles that we repeat to like learn lessons that we don't learn, because when you're unconscious, you're just like, why does this always happen to me? Like, why does this keep happening? Like, why do I deserve this? But it's taken years for all to like get to the point where we can be crystal clear, and talking and understanding the psyche and how we will attract the same experiences in different people, and until we look inside of ourselves. So it's like a lot of deep diving and excavating of the inner self, of my soul, of the mind, and of the experiences I've had, I guess in my early childhood, that have shaped the patterns that I've attracted over the years. And I am very happy now, even though I'm not perfect. I'm still growing. We're growing forever. I am perfectly divine. So I'm in this point in my life, though, when something does pop up for me, I can analyze it very quickly and move forward, understanding like, this is the situation, and in the highest consciousness, what will serve me the most, what will nourish my soul the most. That's how I make decisions now, is like, what's gonna nourish me and keep me in my balance. I am balance. I am calling and aligning with balance. Balance, beauty, creativity, so much more. But for now, let's keep it to balance. And you know, I don't need chaos. I don't need frustration. Of course, like life has waves and cycles, and there will be ups and downs. You'll be feeling amazing maybe for a month, and you'll have a depression for a month, and you'll feel something else. You never, we're always moving in cycles, and things always can happen. But to find that equanimity is my priority inside of me, from me, and God, Goddess, Source, God X. So I'm just grateful. I'm grateful to be this wise and embodied in who I am. And I'm still releasing the subconscious crap, like all of us. Like I still have had 30 years of subconscious training. And even in the last, I would say 3 years where I've really felt more connected, even then it's like we're always getting that subconscious attack on us from society. So, luckily I learned that we have to take spiritual hygiene. We have to take care of that. We have to clear out things that are vibrating at a frequency that's not something we want to be in. We have to clear out things that aren't going to support our mental state and our emotional state. And we have to fill our space up with what we want to create. Fill our space up with what we want to create. And so I'm just grateful. Again, I keep saying this, but I'm grateful to be here and be embodied, and I see how the magic works when you take that moment to be conscious of what it is that you are creating every single day. That's why we meditate. That's why we pray, to stay focused on our visions, because anything you can imagine is real, and anything that you vision is already existing, and it's just up to you to stay focused and disciplined with yourself to fully believe it and feel it and embody it in your body, in your heart, and then just enjoy. We're supposed to live in joy. Our natural state of being is joy. So not to say to ignore any emotions coming up. We're gonna feel everything, but to understand that to be here is a blessing in the first place, and to be in this body is a blessing in the first place. To be creating what we want to consciously create is a blessing in the first place. And to know that we are loved and we are worthy, and that we're here and we are enough, and that literally you will attract anything in your life that you have ever wanted by fully allowing yourself to shed any layer that isn't yours of subconscious shit, of the programs you grew up with, of the programs you were projected on, and just to allow your soul to shine brightly through in this human expression of your body, to be fully you in every way, and do whatever you need to do to just be all of you and all that you can be. And when we do that, that's a magnet. And also strengthening our energy through energetic and spiritual practices and physical practices and eating healthy. But I'm grateful. I'm so excited for all of the amazing things I'm ready to anchor in this earth and bring forward. And I'm ready to charge it up. Like, y'all bitches better be ready, because I'm ready to charge it the fuck up. And I am charging it the fuck up. Okay. Y'all better be ready, because I'm ready to receive some amazing magical gifts from me, because I'm ready to give. I'm still giving to myself, and I'm gonna give to others. And yeah, I'm just grateful. So that's my Kundalini Rising rant. I will also share a meditation on here, 31 minutes Kirtan Kriya, and we're doing it every day on Temple 143 Kundalini Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram if you want, Kundalini Rising or not, or yes. And let's get it. I'm going to a Oak Ball. I'm going to the West Ball tomorrow. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be amazing. I'm excited. Your girl's about to come out here with some more voguing for you. really embracing it. That's part of embracing all parts of us, like embracing the stuff that like might not align with other stuff in your life. Like for me, being a spiritual person and into Kundalini, I don't see how Vogue fits into that, but now I see so many similarities between voguing and Kundalini and ballroom and like these cultures, and just seeing similarities between different things in my life. And like we are the weavers of our life, so we're weaving the threads of our joy and of our passions and of our gifts and talents together. And when we learn how to like take what it is that we have to offer and create something beautiful, like we have direct link to the infinite, just like pouring in the gifts on us, pouring in the gifts on us, pouring in the crowns on us, pouring in the gifts on us, and pouring in the alignment. It's like we don't have to do anything. We just stand there like this, and then like, or like this, 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 and all of the stuff just like comes naturally. So all of the magic just comes naturally. So I hope you enjoyed I hope you enjoy this talk with me. I'm just hanging out here in the leaves. I should have just like talked to you guys like this, but just a little share, 30th birthday share. I'm so grateful to be alive and be in this beautiful incarnation of a body, and like be here in New York, like dancing and living my best goddamn life. And I'm really grateful for my, just everything I'm gifted with all the time. And I'm really ready to share again and help others elevate and get all of the things they've ever wanted and desired. I mean, I definitely don't have all the things I wanted and desired yet, but I already know they're on the way for me. They're on the way to me as I speak to you, and all the things you want and desire are on the way to you too. You just have to align with them. We just all have to align, and we have to continue to be consistent in ourselves, continue to be consistent in whatever discipline and practice connects you to your soul the most. And pay attention when you have those synchronicities, when you have those gifts, when some things pop up out of nowhere to that is exactly what you've been looking for. Like that's not random. That is God is talking to you and giving you clues and hints and exactly what you need. So to Source, thank you to you, thank you to the ancestors, thank you to the guides. And I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will be back here with more meditation and probably more of me talking, because I am a Gemini moon. I talk a lot. Cancer sun, Libra rising, and 4 planets in Leo. So let's go get it. Let's go. Okay. All right. Okay. Have a beautiful, oh, this is a cute angle too. Like, what the hell? I'm gonna stare face. And this is my Kundalini birthday look, by the way. Have a beautiful day. Satnam and blessings to you.